Welcome to the Rip 28 podcast. This is the Rip 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends can get together and we can talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking about them on the Rip 28 podcast. I am your extremely good looking host, Slider Sports Guy, joined by a few of my good friends. As always, we start off in the top left. What's going on, El Presidente?
C-Nez in the building once again, baby. Hey, let's go. Hey, we got a guest on here, man. One of our homeboys.
Down on the other side, down on my bad. Down on the other side, we got the educator's educator. What's going on, Beezy?
What it do, it's Beasley the Great, aka Uncle Elroy, here to educate y'all on some things, man. Good to see the young fella here. Let's get it.
Speaking of the young fella, man, we got my little bro, man, my homeboy. I call him my little big brother, man. Man, the one and only. I done known him all his life as Opie, but we gonna give him his real name. We gonna call him Brian. What's going on, B Matt? You doing all right, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Thank you guys for having me, man. Having my big homies, big brothers on, bring me on something that's very, very good, man. So I look forward to the conversations, man. Appreciate y'all.
You know.
Man, when we bring him out, we bring out the stars, man. And Opie, like I say, man, we done known Opie all our life, man. Opie a little bit younger. Man, I'm gonna stop calling you Opie in front of the whole national world, man. That's the neighborhood nickname. That's the neighborhood nickname. But man, that's a brother we all real proud of, man. We used to bully Opie around in Roosevelt Village over there at Etel Elementary, man. Opie made his way, man, around the world playing basketball. He was all Big East at one time, man. Got him a cup of coffee in the NBA. Made some money playing basketball, man. That's our man right there, man.
Player of the year.
Player of the year, man. Big shout out to our man over there, man. But now we got him on the podcast. Talk to us for a little bit.
Oh man, this is international. They, everywhere I went, Opie followed. I was telling Chance some of the story. So when we was in college, my first couple games, my parents came and they was yelling Opie, Opie, and everybody down the bench going, "Hey man, who Opie? You Opie? You Opie? Man, who Opie?" So when I went in the game, they figured out who was Opie. So man, my freshman year was over. So I got games I have to give them to. It's gonna trip y'all out. The announcers are saying Opie, so you have it's don't worry about it. NBA, I think it was a game I got to find it. When I was at the Raptors and the Lakers, it's mentioned, so it's worldwide. They know me as Opie. If you played or watch or you played with me somehow, some way, someone that I knew or watched me play is out. So that's a part of it. I appreciate. So like I said, it's an honor. Didn't make it the way I wanted to, but it's good having good friends that you looked up to, say good things about you. So, especially Sly, Sly, we come from, man, that was the slums, man. Roosevelt Village was like where they put all the dead bodies and shit. Like, that shit was fucked up. Like, nah, for real, it was fucked up. So, to have someone of that know really, really, how we slept, how we ate, how we got to school, like really what the fuck we had to go through day to day, man. So yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, man.
Hey, don't just say Sly, man. I'm an original Roosevelt Village cat, boy, in the red clay. So,
I didn't say Sly. I said I don't hate to cut you off with the great, but it's you too. I just was just saying, like, to know when you
know.
Oh no, you ain't got to say I know. I'm just saying when you know that though, I appreciate all my friends that had parents. I try to talk some sense in them, and I'm glad Chance paid attention and did what Chance do. But some of my guys, they had a lot of, they have good families, and they just wanted to. I never understood that. Why you want to live like us, man? I never understood that, man. But
I never figured that one out. But why, when you got a chance, why you wanna fall back to the ones who don't got a chance? But hey,
Hey, so y'all guys grew up in the hood. I grew up in the suburbs.
Yeah, you got that suburb out there, Bonnie Forest, man, out that way, man. Suburb living, man. But anyway, but there was, there was tough times, but hell, man, they was good times though. They was good times, man. We had a good life. We still got a good life, but it was a tough life. But it shaped us and molded us to who we are today, man. Molded us to outstanding young men we are today, man. But now. We talk about the past. Now we're going to get into what's going on out there in the world, man. And speaking of sports, man, speaking of ball, one of the hottest issues going on right now is Kyrie Irving. So we got to talk a little bit about Kyrie, man. This kid Kyrie, depending on who you ask, man, he definitely top 10 in the NBA. Me, I ain't a big Kyrie fan because he always hurt, but you can't deny the talent.
Oh yeah.
But the young brother, he made a stand. He said, hey, he's not getting the COVID shot. He's not
Mm-hmm.
getting the shot. And what happens when you don't get that shot? If you're in New York City, you aren't allowed to be in any public buildings in New York. Well,
Mm-hmm.
he plays for Brooklyn. Brooklyn is in New York, so he won't be allowed to play any home games. So he's gonna sit out for the majority of the season, and the ownership came down, and ownership said, well, if you can't play any home games, we're not gonna need you to play any away games either.
Yeah.
So he gonna sit out. So man, let me say, is Kyrie smart or is he stupid? How y'all feel about Kyrie, man?
That man gonna get shot. You finna blow all this money because you trying to make a stand. And then he said it was something about he was trying to take up for the people who can't talk about how many people lost their job. Like him doing that does not give anybody else no job. Like what is your purpose in this? I'm like, go ahead and get shot, play ball, man. You got teammates that's counting.
Man, I'll say it's a personal choice, man. Whatever choice Kyrie decides for Kyrie, I know it's him. We're looking at the money part, but I mean, he's using his voice for what he feels is right. We may not agree with it, and we may not think it's a smart choice, but I always say you have a choice. Whether we feel is right or wrong, that's your choice. So I stand with him as long as he feel like he's happy and making the right choice. Fight for it, young brother.
Definitely. If it's different. It's the way that people are going to portray it, which is podcasts, media. But if he talking to his team, if it's me in the situation, I'm talking to my team. I'm staying on top of things. No matter what's going on, I'm gonna get with whoever my PA representative for the team and also for the league, because before they went into the season, these were not the stipulations. So whatever you can do to fight it, if this is my belief, get with it, do it the right way, and just stand on it. If that's my stance, and that's why I stand, because at the end of the day, if it's something you feel that's personal for whatever reason, that's still your personal opinion. That's your employee that pay you, and that's between you and that employee. So, that's why I stand it. I would keep it like that. So,
But see, here go the thing. No, you talk to the union or whatever, but it
mm-hmm.
ain't an NBA rule. See, the thing is, the NBA don't have a rule saying that you have to get the
Vaccinated.
you have to get vaccinated. What it
Mm-hmm.
is up to each local city, and
Mm-hmm.
so New York is one of the cities. I know
L.A.
California. Yep,
No, it's
L.A.
just
It's
San
just
Francisco
Oakland.
and L.
Yeah,
No,
just
Oakland,
just.
San Francisco, Oakland, and L.A. right now because they just passed. But when you're
Hmm.
doing these negotiations and it's in writing, there wasn't. It's just like when last year when the players played in the NFL and they was sitting out and they
Hmm.
still was getting paid. So technically, they're still under that when it happened. When they played in the bubble and all that was going on. So technically, I know they're throwing him out and under the bus and under the tanks, but he's really in his rights in the fact of the matter is litigation and terminology. Whatever he signed up under the terms of when they played in the bubble, going forward now, because you got to understand this is unprecedented. We in waters we didn't think would be in 3-4 years ago to now. So we're still going forward. So for him, when everybody's saying this, that, and the third, he's under his spectrum. It's not what's the word? It's not what everyone else is doing because everyone else kind of went along with it. But like I said, you got to take the steps. You get with your your NBA representative on your team and also who's over the union, and you get them to talk because the terminology is still there that he's in his right to do that. So he's not wrong. But of course, you look at the team, what they brought in and stuff. Like I said, it's one of those situations. If I'm Kyrie, and I think he's doing Kyrie's smart. Like I'm sure what we see is not what's going on in the inside. So you're hearing a lot of noise, you're hearing a lot of insiders and a lot of stuff, and they're stirring the pot. Which this is why they get paid the big bucks, and it's a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure that is being a distraction, but at the end of the day, if they can get to a resolve, right now they're putting pressure on because they feeling pressure from the media. So what you could do is to stand on your stance that right now that terminology was not in there. So now you got a situation where you do got billionaire owners. Maybe they can put some pressure on their friends to figure out something because at the end of the day, whatever they're doing is litigation, is words, is stuff that we don't know, and we're just gonna figure. We'll figure out in the next 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure they got some people get paid a lot of money trying to figure this out. So,
But my thing is, man, you can't fuck up you can't fuck up the money. And see what he doing, he fucking up the money. You see the
but that go both
NBA
ways. That go
the
both ways because
NBA
if that's the case, and he feels because here's the thing, it's always you always got Allen Houston situations where you get hurt and you under contract and then they don't want to pay you, but you under contract. So if he feels like his health is at risk and he can prove it, it's all about what you can prove. I
but here go
mean,
the thing. Here go the thing. If he's not it he's not he can play,
mhm.
but he's choosing not to play because he doesn't want to take the shot, man. You know, it's not the NBA saying we're not going to let you play. The NBA is not saying he can't play. It's the individual cities that are saying that he can't play. So
It's
so he can't get paid, man. You know what I'm saying? He
oh
can't.
yeah. Like I said, I don't know the ins and outs. So I can't speak on
Yeah,
nothing.
don't.
I
Yeah,
don't know. This I'm not gonna speak on nothing. I don't know. But to the point of what if it's anything like that, then I'll speak on that. Like do it that way. But who knows? Because like I said, these are people that's close to the source that's gonna shape it the way they want. We seen how it has really become a big political thing versus like people really scared. Like at the end of the day, people really scared. Like so, I don't know. I don't know that man personally. I've never met him, so I can't even speak on his character other than what people say.
I,
What they
I'm just saying, why would you not get? Like, it's been clinically proven that it will help you not not contract the virus, or if you do contract it, you're not gonna have as bad a symptoms. I mean, like people still not believing that. I don't get it, man. Like you had polio, you had chicken pox, you had all this that they took these vaccines for, but now in 2021, we don't believe the vaccines work.
and here go my
But you,
thing. He went to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Last year, in order for him to go to Africa, he had to get a bunch of shots. For him to go to Africa, you know,
Yeah,
he got those shots. See what it is, man. Me personally, I think it's just because it's Kyrie saying this. I think if it was anybody else, it might be received a little bit differently. But y'all got to remember, Kyrie, one of them guys who go around saying the Earth is flat. That's who Kyrie is, man. He a dude to go around talking about the Earth is flat. So maybe if it was anybody besides Kyrie saying it, you know what I'm saying, it might be taken a little bit differently. But because it's him, I don't know, man.
I still think it's his choice, man. You gotta, whether you agree with it or not, respect his choice. I
Hey,
mean,
yeah, see, here go my thing. If you are principled enough to give up millions and millions of dollars because of your belief, I might not agree with your belief, but I respect it. I might
right?
think your belief is dumb, but I respect the man that you are.
Yeah.
If you can give up millions and millions of dollars because you believe in something so strongly, I. But another thing though, once again, don't none of us know Kyrie Irving. We don't know. Like Obi said, we don't know the man. But from the outside looking in, I just got the feeling, man. It seemed like he probably just don't want to play ball no more. That's what I think.
I mean, that's all, but that's perspective. We don't control the perspective. And coming from a guy that was in a situation where he played a lot of high profile sports and got to talk to a lot of guys behind closed doors and what they showed versus what I seen, Bubba Chuck, Braun, Melo, like the list go on, Chauncey Billups, like the people I known that was around.
Hey, everybody don't know who Bubba Chuck is, man.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
I know who it is, but everybody don't know. That's the fans.
So if you what they portray, they are in the space to move the narrative the way they want to move the narrative. I've heard several different stuff about Kyrie. Then I listened to people that know him and got to talk to him. That's not who he is and what they is. And I try to ask them, like, yo, what's up with your man? They're like, man, he good. So I'm like, all right, I don't know. Like I said, the only person I know I can probably get in touch with and find something out is KD. But to me, this ain't got nothing to do with me. So why would I be asking about something? I ain't got no pull on that. This is for me. This man. That's what he think. Muhammad Ali went through it. People want to.
Nah, don't compare that man to Muhammad Ali.
But here's don't do what people do, man. Listen, if that was Muhammad's belief, and at the time it was not popular. At the time with Muhammad, it was not popular, and they call that man everything. And I don't, like I said, I'm living through these times, and I only can justify what I see and how I see these things. Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, and everything else. Like, don't vilify someone. Period. They're vilifying them. I don't know this man personally. From like, if you know him, like, I don't know him. So why are you? That's my thing. Like, it's easy. It's easier when everyone's picking at someone. It's just easy. It's harder.
Nobody's saying he bad.
No, not you, but I'm just saying. No. Look, listen again. No, sit back and listen again. The Stephen A. Smiths, listen again. They are, and I know when somebody's throwing a shot. So it's easy to vilify someone. It's very easy to vilify, especially when they're going against the narrative. Especially if it's your team, you got money on it. It's easy to vilify someone. But if that's it, at the end of the day, like Braun said, it's the man's choice. If he's gonna risk, he's about to lose $8 million, maybe more.
He gonna miss a whole year worth of something.
A whole
they're not gonna let him play.
They go. So what you want? Like, at some point,
said, if that's your choice, that's your choice. But in my opinion, I'm like, hey man, I'll get the shot. I think that's a responsible thing to do. And maybe he has a whole different outlook on it. Like, hey, I think if I get the shot, I'm gonna die or something. I don't even know. It's weird to me because it's been clinically proven, like I said, that this shot is the best thing you should do so we can get out of the pandemic. I'm tired of wearing masks. I gotta wear masks at work every day. I'm tired of it. You ain't
gotta wear a mask, but just consequences for not wearing a mask. Like my brother say, it's always a choice. No, it's always a choice. You ain't got to wear it, but it's you got consequences and repercussions if you don't wear it. Yeah. So believe, like I tell people, if you willing to deal, you can rob a bank all you want, but when you get caught, you gonna have to sit down. You can do whatever you want in life, but it is consequences. So if you willing to put up with whatever awaits you after you do whatever you do.
Hey man, that's pretty interesting right there, man. Check this out. We're gonna stop for a second, man. We're gonna take a real quick commercial break, and after we take this commercial break, we're gonna come right back and jump right back into the Rip 28 podcast, a podcast where we talk about a few things. Some of them you might like, some of them you might not, but we're gonna keep on talking on the Rip 28 podcast.
You don't like slide.
All right, welcome back to the Rip 28 podcast. This is the Rip 28 podcast, man. Hey, man, we just talking a little bit about Kyrie talking about Kyrie now. Now we won't keep this thing kind of sports related, man. We're gonna go on sports probably this first half of this show. Man, we're gonna talk about when we see you out there in the comments, Terrell, man. And it wasn't Country Grammar, it was Nellyville. If Nelly would have died after Nellyville, he would have been the greatest rapper ever, man. We see you out there, Terrell. We see you, man. But we're gonna jump into this next thing, man. John Gruden. John Gruden, man. This dude, man, they done leaked some emails from John Gruden from I don't know what was this, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
10 years
yeah.
ago, man.
Mhm.
They went deep into the files to link some leak some emails from this cat, and
They
then
wasn't
once
leaked.
yeah, what
They wasn't leaked. It wasn't
what
leaked. You know the
released?
guy. No, yeah, because of the guy from Washington football team was being investigated. So
Yeah.
when in the findings of him being investigated, they found his name came up a lot. And when his name came up a lot, the NFL did their own investigation of what was going on because of this trainer, and then that's when all the findings came out about. Yeah, so he was the scapegoat, but
hmm Now,
Sly didn't want to say that because it was the Redskins, and that's his team. Well, excuse me, the Washington football team, but they
yeah,
were
the
the
greatest,
Redskins
the
at the
greatest
time.
football team on the planet, the
once upon a time.
three-time Super Bowl champion Washington Redskins.
I mean, could they the only team named the football team? So yeah, they
Hey,
got to
man,
be the greatest football.
we unique. We unique. But now here's something else. Now here's some conspiracy thing. Now, well let's kind of finish the story. Now he got word came out that he had said some shit about the guy. I think his name that
Demarcus Smith.
Damari
He's the
Smith,
head of the
the
NFLPA.
head of
Yeah,
the NFLPA. So he said he had Michelin lip tires. I mean Michelin had lips that
Michelin
look
tire lip.
yeah. And then after he said that, he gave a little bullshit statement saying, "Yo, I'm not racist. You know, I just made a comment, whatever." And that wasn't good enough for him to be fired. But then the comments come out where he dropped the f bomb a couple of times and made some comments about Michael Sam's, the gay player, and then now that was enough for him to get fired, or him to force his resignation. Now I ain't gonna lie. Now I am kind of upset about that. I'm kind of upset now that he could go through all this other shit. He can say all this other shit. He can talk all he want about the brother, and they let him say call the brother all out his name and don't nothing. You know what I'm saying? He just issue a little a little bullshit apology. He listened to a little bullshit apology after he talked about the brother. But as soon as he say something about the gays, as soon as something about the gays is said, you know what I'm saying, brother got to hit the dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, hey, he got to get out of here now. He done talked about the gays.
Dave Chappelle said it best, son, didn't he?
Yeah.
Y'all seen that last Dave Chappelle stand up on Netflix?
hmm
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean he was 100% on point with that. Yeah. Talk about black people all you want. Say something about gay people or something like that, and then you got to go. I mean,
He,
it should be all equal, you know.
sure.
he,
But
he,
some people speak up more than others, and it shows. I mean, if we so outraged at some point, if somebody going to the counter getting $100, and every time we go to the counter we don't get $100, you got to figure out what they doing so we could do it different. And this is a prime example of if you tired of when they say something about us. Prime example when we was looting and rioting, I bet you they figured out something. I mean, whatever worked for us, we got to do it as a
I,
people, as a community. I don't know what
will,
that is, huh?
I will say this though. Maybe y'all disagree, maybe y'all agree, but just because it costs some new tire, everybody been in the locker room.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody been in the locker room. You talk drunk about everybody, man. Everybody talk trash. Everybody be checking, calling people names and all that stuff. So I don't I don't necessarily think calling somebody tire lips is racist.
I
Do
don't
you,
but
think
do
so
look,
y'all
either.
think that?
I don't think
he
it was
he
racist either.
he
I mean,
offended three types of people: black people, I guess, the LGBT plus community, and he said something about women officials. So I
Hmm.
guess that's what it was. It kind of was a combination of things. I don't think it was just the Michelin tire lip because honestly, the man dude got some big rubber lips, I guess, man, for lack
Maybe
of a better word. But when he
he was at the
offended
N word or something.
yeah, now if he would have said the N word or something like that, I could see that harsher reaction. But I think it was because he resigned because he offended so many different people, and it would have been a distraction to the team and then to the organization.
My thing is, man, I look at it this way, man, and I love a good conspiracy theory, man. So you got to look at when everything was kind of released and was kind of going out. The NFL Player Association was having a vote on whether or not to reelect the Smith guy as the leader, as the president, right? Now, this dude, depends on who you ask. Depends on who you ask. A lot of the things he's negotiated hadn't really been that much in the players of the play in the favor of the players.
Favor.
You know what I'm saying? He kind of helped out the owners a little bit, and a lot of players was upset at that. So he was up for reelection, and so when everything got released, they released this man talking trash about him, so maybe he can get some of the sympathy vote from the players, and they be like, well, I keep him in, because you see they over there talking shit about him. So, a lot of conspiracy theory people say that, hey, it was released, it was high level corporate espionage that the NFL owners made sure that this thing got released at this particular time. So this dude who we know ain't doing, who's not the best negotiator, we make sure he stay in office. He get a pity vote and he stay in office. And then, once the floodgates was open, they were just open. They couldn't just control just the big lip comment. All the gay comments had to come out.
Oh yeah, but they showed control. Who else was on that? Who was seen on those 65,000 emails?
Yeah, yeah, that's another
Right.
thing, man. Because if he talking loose like that, he ain't just talking loose by himself. You know
It
what I'm
was
No.
a
saying?
it
If
was
he
a
got
couple of execs. It was a couple of execs and owners, but it was the findings found that he was the only one talking, and I find that hard to believe, being that I'm with a bunch of football guys. I come up with a bunch of football guys, and I've been around a bunch of football guys my whole life. I find that hard to believe if it's one person talking trash, especially in an area where it's confined to where ain't nothing else getting out. I find it hard to believe that there's only one person talking trash. That's just, in my experience. I could be wrong in this instance where it was just him and they was just all 65,000 emails. You mean only one person was talking trash the whole time?
What's up gonna come out? I guarantee you that.
They're
Nah, it
gonna
ain't gonna
try to
come
put
out.
a cap. They're gonna put a cap on it. But I'm gonna ask you a question though. Are you surprised that a bunch of rich white men are sitting around talking like that? Does that really surprise you?
not at
I
It,
all.
mean,
it don't
I'm
surprise me at all.
not surprised at all, bro. I mean,
No,
that's just like, hey, all right, they just got caught.
it ain't a crime until you get caught. You,
Pretty,
you
pretty
know what I'm
much.
saying? So I just feel like, man, like somebody said earlier, he might have been a scapegoat for something bigger, but I just don't see them forcing his resignation because he said something about a guy with big lips.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I don't know, man. To me, I'm more bothered, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm more bothered about the fact that the big lip comment wasn't enough for him to quit. You see what I'm saying? The big lip comment, it wasn't enough. But once he started talking about the gays, then oh no, he got to go now. That's the part that bothered me. It's like, yo, you got to go now because you just started talking about the gays. Come on, bro.
I told you what pushed it over the top. I think it was just well that made it a little worse, I guess, quote unquote, was when he started talking about women and being women officials. I think that kind of I don't know. I could see how I could see it either way. I don't think he should have been forced to resign for that, but you
I
know,
got a question.
I could be insensitive about certain things. I guess people could say so. I don't know.
All us be fired. if
got a
they
question.
look back at some of the stuff we done said.
Yeah, so why would they look back at something that had nothing to do with the alleged allegations of what they was looking for? So, see, this is the thing that gets me. So you're looking for something that's pertaining to, I want to say sexual harassment and something else with the trainer at the time for the Washington football team. So this is what you're looking for, but all of a sudden your findings find this has nothing to do with that's something totally separate. So I'm trying to figure out, but I'm still trying to figure out how the correlation of whatever you found came up to be this. So who leaked the information or who made it? Like, how did that come? Like, how did we get here? Because here we was dealing, like, right before this, you gotta understand, we're dealing with Urban Meyer and him getting lap dancing wherever he was at. No, I'm just, it's amazing how when they're in trouble, it's other stuff that go on. And then this person, like John Gruden, up until now having a good season, but I think they really wanted him out, but they was on the hook for a 10-year contract. So is that like a scapegoat to say, hey man, I get you on the back end, you can take this contract, get up out of here, we get a coach that we really wanted here?
Hey, I look at it like this. They skipped over all the titty pics from the cheerleaders that all the FedEx people was coming in and taking their passports so they couldn't go nowhere and all that, to find something about him talking about somebody's lips and women being officials and Michael Sam.
But I
That's
say that
the cover up.
but I say this.
That's the cover up.
But no, that's not the cover up. Here go the cover up before that, because all the heat. Listen, watch this. All the heat that the Washington football team was getting, Urban Meyer was getting, now I get flipped and turned. All that attention now get turned to Las Vegas. Now Quinn Snyder off the hook. Now they ain't talking about the allegations. Now they talking about what they trying to do.
Quinn Snyder is the basketball coach.
Snyder, Ida, whoever run the Washington Redskins football, Deadskins, whatever, man, whoever they is.
Come on, there ain't gonna be no Washington slander around here. We ain't gonna have no slander of the Redskins around here.
I used to live in DC. I listen, as much as I used to hear all that, I could say something. Shit, man. They messed me up a couple times, man. Shoot.
Oh lordy, man. Well, let's get off of this, man, because it get more depressing. The more you talk about my Redskins, I get more depressed.
One thing, I would, if you have any allegiance to the Washington Redskins, you should thank John Gruden, because
the football team.
He took all the heat. He took all the heat off whatever the fuck y'all got. Because it's a madhouse, man. It's a madhouse. Y'all need a new ownership. I wish I had the money. I'd buy them motherfuckers, man. I ain't got no money.
Yeah, man. He done sent the franchise down, man. He done sent just
motherfucker fucked up my second home team. Hey, motherfuckers leaving, jumping ship back home. Well, them niggas can't stand that motherfucker. Fuck up the home team. How the fuck you fuck up the Skins, man?
Bad decision after bad decision, man. But you know what? Funny thing is, though, we headed out to Vegas. We going to Vegas the first weekend in December. We going to Vegas to watch it.
Hey, Brian, they go trade them titty pics when they get
yeah, they gonna definitely get them.
Hey man, let me get them hey man, you got that?
You know, Sly will.
Bro, I tell you, man, my Redskins frustrate me, bro. They frustrate me, man, and make it hard.
Did y'all win today?
No, we got whipped, man. We was sitting up there, we was beating Kansas City all the way to like the end of the third quarter. Then the Muds came and ran off 21 straight points on us, man.
Man, y'all might as well. Y'all need to put the team back. This is what y'all need to do. I'll be honest. Y'all need to put the team back in DC. I'll put a group together that really can afford the team, and we just let the city have it, because it was doing good when it was in the city, man. Let the city have it, man. Stop putting it out in Virginia, whatever the fuck is that. I don't know what the fuck is that now.
Landover, Maryland.
I'm gonna just tell
I told you I'll tell somebody it's in Maryland. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I'm gonna just tell y'all to get it right before y'all get fired like Gruden. It's not the Redskins. It's not the Redskins. It's the football team.
Whatever it is.
Stop being racist, guys.
How am I racist? I can't be racist.
Forever the Redskins, man. Forever the Redskins, bro.
Where did the Indians come from that got mad? I was still confused about it. I was like, Indians really mad about this? Like,
hey,
But you know what though? A lot of times when you get stuff like that, it don't never be the person who's supposed to be offended who mad. It always be some white woman in the middle of nowhere. She the one who really
They wrote
mad.
about a whole bunch of letters.
Yeah, and that's the one who really mad. It's just some white lady in the
I
middle.
really wanted to sit down with somebody that says that, because like I remember I sat down with somebody that said it would be like if a team had a mascot of, and I forgot the analogy they used, and I was just like, I wouldn't be mad. Would you? She's like, you wouldn't be mad. You wouldn't. I'm like, no, like don't even make sense. How would I tie that into me being like it didn't make sense. Like I don't. Why the Redskins? This the Seminoles? This are you mad at the Florida State Seminoles? Like I'm trying to. Maybe it's me. Maybe I've been desensitized. Is it me?
I guess if you took it that way, but like the Washington Negroes,
But that's trying to be. But
Yeah,
the
see, I think that's like
that's
trying to be insulting. If
that's
you,
trying to be insulting. Like what would like Littlefoot? Those are sacred names. I'm not picking like those are people's names that are in tribes that Bear, Sky Run Fast, Water Freeze. Like I mean those are real names. Like I don't like I said I would have to talk to someone that's in the culture because I'm just for me, my standpoint. Like outside of something that like is clearly racist, Negro, niggers, the hangermongers or some, I don't know, like what would be equal to that? Like I don't know, the lynching niggas, the beach baby mamas. Like I'm trying to figure out like, what would be the equal.
baby,
I don't know, like I'm really trying to like I have a hard time. Like was it? And I was living in DC at the time when I was like, is it that bad? And everybody like, no. Like what the fuck are they talking about? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But a lot of crazy shit going on. People offended. Maybe they was high. Maybe they was high when they thought of the name, man. Speaking of being high, when you start thinking of stuff, man. Back home in Carolina, we got a teacher, man, elementary school teacher, got caught, got caught handing
Oh,
out edibles to the kids, man. Apparently, this is an elementary school teacher in South Carolina. She gives out treats to her kids for rewarding them for doing well in class. And well, what she did, she
you really
mixed
rewarded them.
she mixed her edibles was accidentally mixed into the children's snacks. And then somebody. I don't think any of the kids actually ate the edibles, but
They didn't. They didn't.
they didn't eat them.
No, they asked the after school teacher to open them. And when she went to open them, she looked at it, or he or she looked at it and saw that it had marijuana in it. And that's when she called the police and reported it to other authorities. And they
So,
went and checked the surprise basket, and there was more in there. And then they did a raid, and then they did a search of a house, and they found the same kind of edibles at her house, which is illegal in South Carolina. So there you have it. She's in jail.
so what you think? So what? She just accidentally put the treats in there with the kids' treats. She wasn't paying attention. She was
Yeah,
high. She
they
was just high.
maybe she had already consumed some of the edibles, and the bag started to look like the little peach O's, and she put the ones with marijuana in. I don't know.
And
I
see
don't
that
know.
that's my
I don't
main.
partake in that stuff, so I don't know.
I think that's my main problem with edibles is the way edibles are packaged. You know what I'm saying? When you go out to California and go to Nevada, places like that, they actually, if you're not paying attention, the packaging does look like they could actually be candy. You know what I'm saying? The packages look like they could be candy. So it's easy to get mixed up and it's easy for a kid to get confused, man. Especially a young kid. If he sees something that look like candy, man, he go and pick it up and eat it. I think the edibles, if they make it a candy, they shouldn't be cartoonish and candy looking, if you get what I'm
yeah.
saying. You know what I'm saying? They should be adult looking or on a plain paper or something. But oh well,
Hey,
she got caught up.
it ain't their responsibility. They just make it. I guess it's the adult's responsibility to make sure that that don't get
So
them
she
Maybe
took.
that maybe
kids'
that's who
hands.
they targeting, Sly. They might be targeting the younger kids because it looked a lot like the candy that comes off the gas station or Walmart shelves. So Maybe that's who they're targeting,
How
man. I
old was
don't
the
know.
kids?
This was
This was
elementary school.
elementary school kids. So no more than 11 most times, unless they like Sly. Repeated a couple grades.
You know, sometimes you find the grade you like and stay there.
You stay with it. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You don't like
Yeah,
quitting.
yeah. I don't like quitting.
Sly was the first one to reclass. He was the
Yeah.
worst one to reclass. But yeah, man, that's dangerous though, man. How would you feel if that was your child that say they
Well,
brought it home? Say they
the-
brought it home.
I'll
I
be
mean,
mad as hell.
but
I'll
you
be,
probably
I'll
you
be.
might use you might say thank you.
Slide,
You
no,
take
slide,
that
was,
for me.
slide was like, you could have just gave that to me.
yeah, but you go to a range of emotions though, because then I'm like, oh, that's what's up. I can take. But then you go, well, this could have been something else. And then you start thinking like, then my
Hmm.
mind would go to like the darkest corner, like it could have been razors, LSD. This could have been. Then I go, wait, what the hell they got going on at the school where the teachers are bringing shit to my So then I would now I'm mad because I'm thinking of all this shit, especially if I got a daughter or something. I'm like, or son, like really, like this what y'all do, like. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. God, she just got high and forgot.
You know, it's
Yeah,
good.
it had to be a mistake.
I'm glad you bring that up about what would you do? What would you do? Because now this kind of leads into the next thing that we got going on. Down in Florida, we got a 26-year-old teacher who was just impregnated by her 15-year-old student, and he would have got away with it, but his little sister ratted him out. His little sister told on him.
It's like that Scooby Doo. I wouldn't
Yep.
have got away with it if it
If
wasn't for them kids.
it wasn't for them kids, man.
One for them meddling kids. Oh, meddling
Apparently, what
kids.
happened? The little sister somehow went through his phone, went through his cell phone, and she sent him some titty pics or some shit like that. And then she gave it to her parents, and then her parents investigated. I mean, his parents investigated and seen the racy text messages and everything. And so now that boom, they saw that, they presented it to the police, and she's going to jail, and she's pregnant on top of that. Now
Hey, Slot,
here's the go
before
ahead.
we go on, you gotta get them pigs and blankets out the screen.
Oh,
The blankets.
man.
The boy got the pigs in the blanket.
Your sister like them,
Oh.
but
His
but
sister snitched on him.
But yeah, the little sister snitched on her. But here go the thing, man. We all fathers, man. Um, if it's your son, how do you react if it's your boy?
Still is my father from my biological didn't bother.
If your boy 15 and you find out he knocking down the teacher, how do you react?
I'm excited at first. At first, like my boy gets some, and then I'm pissed the fuck off that some old bitch is taking advantage of my son.
Now
Like
here's the
How's
thing
she
though, man.
taking
Is
advantage
she
of him,
taking
Mo?
advantage of him?
yeah, because see
How?
we come from era where that shit is like we so PTSD, that shit like normal, like 15. Like nah, that's just me because like that's just me. I can't even explain. Like, I'm happy, but then I'm like nah, because if it was my daughter, you feel me? Like so I go, well, I gotta protect my son because ain't nobody gonna protect my son. They gonna leave him out here. Then he think that's cool. And now when he 26, he go try to. You feel me? Like I gotta let my son know by showing him that's not okay. And that's
Well,
like that would be the.
But
obviously he ain't gonna be looking at the high school girl. He gonna be looking at somebody mama because he like older women.
Cause,
But
cause
that's
my
the
thing
point.
is
I'm
though,
messing with y'all. I'm messing with
No, I know, I know.
everybody say she took advantage of him.
She did.
But now I don't agree with that, man.
Why? Why? Because you're a boy, and you thinking like when we was 15 and some of the
Man,
lifestyle,
I'm
like
looking at my 12-year-old now. Man, my 12-year-old, I got to hide the lotion in my house. You know what I'm saying? This
but
motherfucker,
that's him though.
you
But
know,
if a 30-year-old woman got a hold of your son and gave him some,
but I
like,
know, but see, the thing
like,
is taking advantage of, and that's the $1 million question. Is he being taken advantage of? And
he's still
I don't think he
12.
being taken advantage. Well, 12 a whole different story. I said
It don't.
12, that's a whole different. But
I'm
I'm
just
saying,
saying
but I'm saying
it's some
15.
15. We done been around some 15-year-old people that should be shaving. let alone chewing gum and walking.
But
So
I,
y'all,
I,
I mean,
I don't think at 15 years old you can be taken back. If you a boy and a woman
well,
come up,
I'm gonna give it to the old. I mean, I got to reference Dave Chappelle because at heart I'm a comedian. I just ain't got the jokes.
I'm gonna say, how old is 15 really?
There you go. Because they giving our people life.
Yeah, and
Life.
that's the thing, man. If this boy would have went and shot somebody, they would have tried him as an adult then. But now he
So
Yes,
won't go
sir.
and get some pussy. He ain't an
it
adult now.
it be like that because whoever controlling the laws must be afraid to get to share. Must be. You know.
Well, I got a different perspective on this, guy.
Go ahead.
First of all, I want to say, about the lotion comment, like father, like son. But well, but y'all two guys has got LeBron and Sly. Y'all got one son. I had two daughters before I had a son, so it's a real different scenario for me. So I had to go through my oldest daughter, then my middle daughter, then I have a son. So I feel the same way about them as I feel about him. You know what I mean? So it's not like it makes a difference. Like, you just got to say like, yeah, son, yeah, you did the thing. It ain't like that to me. I'm like, dude, you got goals in life. That thing can be traumatizing. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, I wish I would have came up on something like that when I was 15. So I'm living vicariously through him. You know what I mean? So it
I
ain't
knew
like
you
that.
at I knew you at 15. And I knew you at 15. All I'm gonna say is I knew you at 15. I won't go. That was long time
Long
ago.
time ago. Long
But
time. Goddamn.
but I knew you at 15.
Yeah,
Okay.
but when you know better, you do better, right?
All I'm saying is we know it's gonna be a double standard.
Hey, check this out
We
in the
know it's gonna
comments.
stand.
In the comments, hold on. Terrell said most 15-year-olds don't have the mental to navigate a sexual relationship with a grown ass woman. The right woman can make little buddy do anything. And then he put in capital letters, anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
she be like, go kill 4 people. Like,
Oh,
I'm,
knock them
I'm,
up.
I'm
Hey,
gonna go kill 4 people.
I tell you what, I can tell you one at Columbia High who would have made me go kill 4 people. And shit.
Name
Hey,
drop it. Name drop it.
hey,
Coop.
man.
Name
Hey,
drop it.
I
Coop.
think she a Facebook friend. I might not want to do that one.
No, well, don't do it. I know who it is.
She
But
married. She remarried.
come on now.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did. I know
yeah,
exactly what you're talking about.
yeah.
If you would have asked right, you probably would have got it.
Hey, man.
Wait a minute. Wait a
I
minute.
wish I
God,
would have known, but hey,
y'all ain't answer the question.
look at
How
Yeah,
here.
do you
man.
feel about your 15-year-old son?
If she told
I
me,
said,
Son.
I would be in the first like 10, 15 seconds. I'd be like, that's my boy. But
Sly
then,
never,
what you said, Sly? I mean, I know.
man,
Sly never answered.
I'm gonna be honest, man. At 15, I'll be like, yo, bro, is that what you wanted to do? You know what I'm saying? If that's what he wanted at 15, bro. At 15, we was driving. You know what I'm
I
saying?
would.
Well, we had our
Come
license at
on, man.
15.
I'm lying. I was driving, but I ain't had no license.
Yeah, I had my license at 15, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's tough, man. It's tough, man.
I'm saying, no, that ain't cool.
Man,
I'm only saying that.
I respect
You
you. I
only
respect you
he
for saying
only
that.
saying that he only saying that because he has daughters though.
Yeah,
That's
because
the
you know
only reason.
it got to
I'm,
go both ways, and
but
that
I'm not. I'm saying it both ways for this reason. Like for me, being what I went through, it's like, how can I? I don't want. See what happened with, and then we all black, so I'm like, I don't want him to think that's okay. That
hmm
age difference. That's what I'm saying, because let's say it don't get caught, and let's say it don't work out, and then they find out later. So now you're stuck with, we're creatures of habits. So now what if it flips? Now when he's 26, he finds someone, he's mentally stuck at 15, because like trauma is trauma. I don't think we know how delicate the mind is. So if he's stuck at this age doing this stuff, that's why I got a bunch of creeps doing what they do, because they mentally stuck in this place where they really can't get out of neutral. So I want to make sure my son, like at the end of the day, I got my son. Whatever happened, I'm not gonna give him to the world. I'm not gonna disown him. That's my son. So I'm just looking at it. That's the point I'm looking at it. Like, no, I'm upset because I don't know what damage this has, and I won't know until later on in life. So I gotta let him know that's not all right. And, you know, I gotta make sure that I show him the same thing I would show my daughters, that I got your back as a father. You feel me? Like, that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking.
But
I
so,
would be.
but so
Go
check
ahead.
this. Is the problem the age difference? Because what if he's 15 and you catch him fucking another 15-year-old?
I'm upset, but now I got, you know, it's more so be careful and stuff, you know, because now I got to guide them. Versus if she not, that's 26, that's a grown woman. That and that's right. It's different because now I'm not. They gonna have sex. I can't if you hide it from me. The shit get all. And I deal with kids. I've been dealing with kids for like the last 10 years. It get worse when you try to keep it from them. So the best you can do is guide them. Hey, don't do this. Come talk to me. This is your kid. Because if something happened, you got to deal with the fallout. If they get something, if they get someone pregnant, or if it's something that they transmit, they could like. So if they're doing it within people their age, it's like guide them. Like, I got a nephew. Shit, he about to graduate. I got nephews, nieces. Hey, what you doing? I don't want details. Are you protecting yourself? Yeah. Or we not? Okay, cool. We talk, or we need such and such. We need to sit down, because if we not having them tough conversations, and we got predators out here that don't know they're predators, boys and girls. So it's like that's a topic I deal with daily on Clubhouse. So I'm passionate about that only for the simple fact that I think if we would have known at my age, because I think it was cool when I grew up, like to have older women, but when I got older, I know better. I've been around guys that was like, nah, I'd have killed the woman. And I'm like, why? And they're breaking it down because, look, you need to know this your lane, XYZ, this and that. And I said, I have to agree. As I don't have kids, but I would want my son to know I equally protect him as I would if I had daughters. And not the fact that he couldn't. I know he would want it, but at the end of the day, she should have been an adult and said no. And that's the only thing.
So Sly, you cool with being a granddaddy in about 4 years? That's what I'm saying. That ain't cool, man.
I'm
Hey,
definitely no, but
hey,
see here go my thing. Here go my thing, man. We just can't. It it ain't cool. It ain't cool, and this is something I would never encourage my kid to go and do it. I would,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and I think that's the difference. I would never encourage him to go and do it. But if he did, and I think that's this when it comes down to having real life conversations with your children. You should be able to really talk to your kid, not talk at them, but you should be able to talk to them. And you sit down and you talk to them and you find out the situation, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Did this woman trick you? Because my thing is, how does it even happen? That's what I get. That's what I find
Grooming is grooming. It's
more,
called.
more
That's why I said she manipulated. Like, dude, it don't.
more
I'm
hard to believe. How does it even happen? Because I ain't never had a relationship where I could even talk to my teacher. You know what I'm saying? Outside of what I had for homework. Hell, we got teachers now. We look at some of our friends. Shauna real good friends with one of our former teachers, and I can't even call her by her first name. I still call her Miss Felix. They real good friends now. And as grown people, but I still refer to her as Miss. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't understand how would that 15-year-old boy be able to get in that situation where he boning her? That's what blows my mind even more.
Go ahead, Brian.
I
I see
got I
where.
got I got a quick question. The dude PJ Washington. Everybody familiar with him. Dang,
yeah,
Sly, hold on. Slow down, Sly.
Had to get that water in, man. Get that
Wait
water.
a minute. Everybody familiar with PJ Washington, right? Played for
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Hornets. Played for now. Everybody's mad at this lady that he was married to, or whatever the case may be. They said, like Opie said, she groomed him from the time she stepped on UK campus. And then they got married. She got pregnant. She left him. Whatever happened. Now he's 18 or older. What is it? Was that wrong? Do you consider
Yeah,
that wrong?
it was wrong, but
How? But he's an adult. So
he's an
if
adult, but not in the sense where what you talking about at the same as the age with
but it's only
uh
2 years difference.
Yeah, but no, not that's what I'm saying. I'm
I
explaining
don't think
what the wrong was.
I don't think that hold on 1 second, over. Let me get in there. I don't think what she did was wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't think.
No,
I'm only asking because it's almost similar. She's an
Yeah,
older lady that came back and was dating or having
yeah,
sexual relationships
but
with.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't think what she did was wrong, because she
Okay,
told you from the jump who she was. She
everybody
told
else
you
told him too.
who she was, and it don't even matter. It don't even matter about everybody else because other people lie. But if somebody tell me and she made it known that, hey, I'm going after a young NBA player or a young college prospect who will become rich and I want to get pregnant by him and have my baby. So what she did, she had a business plan. She just had a business plan and she executed her business plan correctly. So I don't even think them close to the same thing to me. Not. I don't think so,
I'm
because
not talk. I'm talking about the action and the age, not that she told him. That has nothing to do with. I agree
nah,
with you at that point.
I don't
I'm just
know.
saying he's only a couple years older than this 15-year-old. He was just graduating from high school.
Hey,
They were just in school together. So
but
that's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
but I
I
think
don't. I don't see
the
why.
difference is you can't compare them because he was legal.
Yeah,
He was legal in every sense of the word. So you can't compare
I
them
get.
because
I get. I
he
get
was
that
legal.
point.
So it ain't.
I totally get that point. I work in education. I get
But
that.
that's a bad
Uh,
comparison though.
That's
I thought
not a bad comparison.
That is.
you said she was only a couple years older than him. I thought she was a lot
Yeah,
more older.
yeah.
No, I didn't say she was a couple years
You
old. I
just
said
said
that.
she was a couple
I
years
said
older.
no. You don't listen. The fat from your neck is getting in your
So
ear. I said,
everybody else heard she was a couple
listen
years.
to me.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
stop
saying like
being
she was
loud.
20 and he was
No,
18 or something.
I
That's
said
crazy.
no. Listen, ugly. I
Oh
said
God.
the guy that was having sex with the 26-year-old teacher, PJ Washington, was only a couple years older than him when the chick started dating him. Is what I said.
That's what we was asking you.
No, that ain't what you just
Yeah,
said. You
yeah,
said she was. I
That's
know
yeah.
she's much
that's what
older.
you meant. That's what you meant, but that ain't what you said.
That is
That's
what
what
I
you
said.
meant, but that ain't what you
Anyway,
said.
Hey,
anyway,
and I'm getting a little tired of you calling for ugly when you the ugliest one on the screen.
The
so
ugliest one on the screen.
boy, Sly, you ain't even got a neck. You ain't even got a neck, Sly. You walking
Hey,
around like you just don't know. So I can't even talk to
so
you.
you got a long neck to hold up an ugly face.
Hey, you the black Uncle Fester.
Yeah,
Uh,
that man got the bobber head.
Hey,
yeah,
I bet you and Chance can't button y'all talk calling.
Uh, oh, okay.
but but yeah,
But
man.
go ahead though.
But it's a tricky situation, man. It's a situation I don't want for my kid, but I'm not gonna press charges against no lady. I ain't gonna
No,
press charges.
I wouldn't press charges, but I mean I would I guess I
Now
wouldn't be
now
If
angry
they
my
were,
about it. It ain't a
if
situation I want, but I mean I'm not gonna go like you said and go try to press charges, get a fire, put on the sex registry because my son should have some restraint and be able to come and talk to me and his mom or somebody close to him and say this is what's happening. So I mean,
and
I don't know.
I would like to believe I got a relationship with my kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If that was gonna go down, hell, my kid can't hold water anyway. He'll be daddy. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You know. So I like to believe I got a relationship with my kid where he would come and talk to me. You know, I want to
man,
believe he'll talk to me about this type of stuff.
his mama gonna
That's a
know
good
first.
point.
Nah, he know if he
Hey,
tell his mama he won't have no chance.
hey, that's a good point though, Slide.
His
If you
mama
got a
gonna come to
relationship,
school with the pistol.
oh
oh yeah,
Lord,
mama gonna kill.
All right.
no wonder, boy.
So what you saying that makes a big difference, right? So if mama got a problem with it, you know, that like y'all saying the daddy, like, oh yeah, good job, son. You know what I'm saying? But if mama don't have, if she got a problem with it, you should probably have a problem with it too.
That mean I gotta have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Even though we divorced, even though we divorced, me and my ex-wife, when it come to my son, we don't really argue over, you know, stuff dealing with his education and stuff like that. She's a school teacher herself. So a lot of well, I'm not gonna say a lot. Almost every issue involving his education, I trust her judgment on it. I trust her judgment because that's her job. That's what she does. So, if she got a problem with it, then I guess I gotta have a problem too. you know.
But you made a good point though, Sly. A lot of things could be solved, could be preventative instead of being reactive to it if
Yeah.
you have a relationship with your child. Knowing the signs is, how they are on a daily basis could solve a lot, man. So that's a good point. That if you got a relationship with your child, he or she may come to you, feel comfortable coming to you about that.
And here go another thing. Don't nobody want to admit, but damn it, I'm gonna admit it. It also depends on how fine the teacher is too. Now, if she,
Oh man, that's why
if
I'm gonna
she,
drop some dollars.
if she a bad one now, if she that woo, you might be mad in front of your old lady, but you look at your son, you be like, hey,
Man,
I got
hey,
you.
all
I,
jokes aside, all jokes aside, ain't none of us gonna sit up here as fathers, even with a son or daughter, and think that's okay. We gonna be upset about it.
it
Yeah,
ain't,
at
yeah.
first, like Oprah said,
Hey,
we gonna be jumping up and down. Yeah, my boy did this, did. But at the end of the day, a
When you
crime
think
had
about
been
it,
committed. Yeah,
and
a
that's the
crime
thing.
just got committed. So
Initially, when you initially hear it, you're gonna be
yeah,
like, "That's my boy." But then when you have to sit and you have to actually process it. When
yeah.
you process it, then you go, "Oh God, man, what is he doing?"
I tell the truth, man. You ain't really gonna be proud. You gonna be jealous.
It depends on how good she look.
Go all the way. You gonna be like, you got
What- Let me get my notebook. What you did, son?
that?
Let me
No,
take some notes.
you gonna try to get her number since you and your son look alike. You gonna be like, she gotta be attracted to me.
Say,
She
hey,
attracted to him.
start playing some old Snoop. It ain't no fun.
My
Like
son
that.
way better looking than him.
Hey. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's one of those. It's one of those situations I don't want to be in. I don't want to have to make this decision. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
watch this. Watch how it flipped though. What if it happened if he was 17?
17. Nah, it ain't no argument with me whatsoever if he was 17.
But here go the reason why it's no problem with me if he's 17, because now he can afford. If I was that mad, if I got mad, if she was ugly or whatever, I don't know. I'm just making up something. At least he can still take care of himself. At 14, 15, he's still my responsibility. And that's why I'm saying, like, that's the point I'm trying to get, like, why. I want y'all to understand why I'm coming from there.
So
It's like,
you sound like somebody who ain't got no kids.
Yeah, you
if,
sound
Man,
like
if,
some.
if
you talking about 17? You ain't got no responsibility, man.
no,
My
no, no,
daughter,
no, 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 no. He's still my
no,
responsibility. No,
my
no, no.
daughter
He's still my
19.
responsibility. No, I'm saying he's still my responsibility. But at 17, the conversations have at least changed. I mean, at 15, 14, the conversations ain't 15, 14. We introducing you to it, but at 16, because at 17, you got to go off to college. So I got to, hey man, we what do we focus on? So it's like you going against the like my responsibility as in that was you gotta now I gotta teach you how when you do something, you gotta go out on it. Now I got to show you versus that's totally mine because at 15, that's my decision. 17, you made the decision to do that.
I'm just saying, like, these kids, 25, still got them on your cell phone bill, you still got car insurance, all that stuff, man. They still your responsibility. So
I mean, they ain't got to be. You can be
if you
cutthroat.
want to kick them to the curb, but then
You can be cutthroat.
do you want a relationship with your kid?
It's your choice. You can be cheap dad or you can be dad. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody got a choice.
I don't agree.
I mean, I know me. My thing is, you do what I tell you to do. I'm gonna do all I can. Now, when you start going outside the box and you think you can do it better, let's see how that work out.
Yeah, I feel you. These are the great.
Yo, yo.
I don't know,
Got
man.
that sorry little internet connection over
It,
Nah.
these are the great debates that we live and that we have, man. one is about being a father, man. Some of these things about being a father, man. These hard choices that we have to make and we have to live by and
Hmm.
live with when it comes to being a dad, man. It's tough out there, man. And we just it's one thing I do love about the Rip 28 podcast, man. All us together, we're all fathers, and we can sit down. We can sit down and we can talk. We joke around with each other. We joke around and we call each other names and everything. But I do trust all these guys. You know what I'm saying? They're all responsible adults when they're not on the show. They're all
Hmm.
responsible adults. And so we can come and get life advice and real life advice. Like I had a conversation. I was talking to Anton a while ago, man. Because Anton's son is a couple of years older than my son. So I was talking to him, about how he was dealing with some of the middle school stuff that his kid was going through. And I just think it's comforting, man, that we have friends like this, and I can drop information off. And Chance, CJ a little bit older than LeBron kid. So Chance will be just finishing off something when LeBron kid come up. And Juwan got daughters, and they a little bit older than Dre daughters. So it's just, I mean, no, Dre got
Yeah,
daughters. They're a little bit younger than
Jawan, you
Juwan
said it
daughters.
right. You
Okay,
said it
yeah.
right.
So so man, we have some fun. We talk a lot of shit. We talk a lot of shit, but every now and then we give some good advice from some good guys who are raising good kids, man. And
And you
so,
Plus
know,
Chance,
and
plus Chance daughters can give Jawan advice because he just went through it. He has a high school daughter
hmm
and a college age daughter. So,
yeah,
he can kind of tell them, how things are changing, and it's always good, like you were saying, just to be able to get advice from people close to you, your homeboys, your confidants, and
yeah,
all that just went through stuff.
yeah, it's all love, man. But
Oh yeah.
LeBron, they got a whoop him overseas.
It's all good. I could dish it out and I can take it too.
man, check this, man. Check this. Before we get out of here, man, we need to go to a quick commercial break. We're gonna get a quick commercial break. Then we're gonna come back with one of our listener letters, man. We're gonna get a listener letter in one quick second here on the Rip 28 podcast. We'll be right back.
Message.
Hey, I'm Jay Little, the owner of Forward Counseling and Consulting. We're a consulting and coaching firm who believes in the TLC method: truth, love, and community. Whether coaching corporate clients, individual clients, or engaging in individual counseling and group counseling, we believe that you can be more than what you are today by finding your truth, love, and community. You can reach us at www.forwardcc.net or give us a call at 803-457-5413. I'm
All right, we're back. We're back live on the Rip 28 podcast. This is a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking about on the Rip 28 podcast, man. We want to jump into, man, we got a listener letter, man. On the Rip 28 podcast, man, we got a bunch of viewers, bunch of listeners, man. We're up to about 800 listeners a episode, man. Each episode, each week, we got about 800 listeners coming through checking per episode. And our YouTube, man. I don't know what it is, Opie, man. Our YouTube numbers suck, man. Our YouTube numbers suck, but our listeners, you can check us out, man. We're on Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Instagram,
Anchor,
uh, Anchor,
Pod Bay,
Podbay, Podbean. Man, Opie, we are everywhere, man. Everywhere you listen to
A
everywhere you listen to
podcast, eh?
podcasts. Everywhere you listen to podcasts, man, we are there. We are there.
Like
We are
what you
there.
guys don't do.
Man, we do it all. We do it all. We do it all, man. But we got a listener letter, man. I'm trying to find it. Let me pull it up, man. We got somebody wrote in. They want some advice, Opie, man. Hopefully you can impart some of your wisdom. You can
I think
impart some of your wisdom to our listeners.
Hey, we might need to let Oprah read it though. Sly can't read.
Oh, Lord.
He gonna blame it on the writer.
I read.
Every time.
I read what they give me, man. Here we go. Does she belong to the streets? What up, fellas? I have a serious problem. I'm currently interested in this chick, and she checks off all my boxes. She's smart, she's good looking, she's thicker than cold grits, and she make a lot of money. But the problem is she stay in them streets. Active social butterfly don't even halfway describe her. She always has something going on. Every week she's at some event. I was supposed to take her out the other day, but I flaked out because I was worried about COVID. I saw that she just left this huge party a couple of days before, so I got scared and flaked out. And the kicker is, she's a biker. Yeah, she's a part of a motorcycle club. Not one of those all girl bike clubs, a mixed one. Now, I don't think she's a hoe, but we all know how it goes down in some biker clubs. We've all seen Sons of Anarchy, and I can't tell a lie. It kind of messes with me a little bit. I just don't know if I can handle my lady being around all those guys all the time. I really like her, but my mind keep playing tricks on me. What should I do?
Boom, 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 boom.
What information, what help would you give this brother, man? What would you how would you help this brother out, man?
Man, I'm gonna say if you don't got peace of mind about your chick, no matter what she make, no matter what she do, no matter how fine she is, if your mind ain't at peace when she ain't around you, dog, well, it's hard to be happy when you can't. I guess that's a trust issue. Whether he don't trust them or don't trust her, but it's hard to have a successful relationship if it's a trust issue somewhere.
Yeah, I don't really know about bike clubs. I ain't in motorcycles like that, but I have heard that it's some type of initiation to get up in that thing. And for the girls, it's what the initiation is. So, I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. But that's just what I heard. So I'd be a little suspect myself. But if you're really that suspect and you really like that girl, you need to get involved. Like you got to be involved in her life. You know what I mean? Like this is what she like to do. Like, you got to do that also. But if not, if you can't, if that ain't your thing, like Brian said, you ain't that peace. Find somebody else.
So I gotta change totally who I am just to make sure, man. Just go ahead, baby girl.
That's what I said. That's what I said. If you're in that peace, find somebody else. But if you really love that girl and that's who you want to be with, go find out what's going on. Don't just leave it up to chance that and she out there with the bike club and I'm at the house sitting here watching Netflix.
But it's gonna be different if you show up. Of course, they ain't gonna be all up on her.
Nah, it'll still be the looks.
You can tell. Yeah, you can tell.
You can sense the tension. I mean,
I mean, maybe not that one time if you go, but if you're a regular, you're gonna see what's going down.
I'm like you, Brian.
And you'll see how they treat the other girls out there.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what
with
I mean?
you, Brian. Like if I gotta change up everything, and if I ain't at peace, it ain't working. If you sitting here writing an anonymous letter about something,
right?
That lets me know that your homeboys have already told you whatever they gonna tell you. So
and he just looking to the popular Rip 28 podcast show to kind of confirm that shit. But
so we gonna confirm it. She for the streets, but if your heart's still in it, my brother, keep on at it.
See, here go my thing. What I got from this letter is that they not actually in a relationship yet. Let me pull this thing back up, man. Let me make sure. He said I'm currently interested in this chick. So I'm guessing by reading what he's saying, currently interested, that my guess would be that they not in a relationship.
But here go my
They just they're in a kicking it stage.
Phase. They having sex. But here go my thing.
Still a relationship, some kind of relationship.
If you still feel that way, if that's how you feel, ain't nothing your boys then told you gonna stop you, and you that your heart still is pulling you to this woman. Therefore, like I said, only thing I can tell you is if you in this stage, if you writing a letter to someone to get confirmation outside your circle, I mean, you done went outside your circle to get some information, then my brother, by all means pursue it, because it's something about it that you want, but you're afraid. So there's only one way to find out: get in it or don't. So that's why I say if your heart is pulling you that way, by all means, because I'm pretty sure if someone came to me that's in my circle and said this, I know hey man, you might need to check. You might need to get another chick. Still pursue if the sex good. But you might need to find someone else that's loyal, because this gonna end ugly. But people gonna do what they want to do. So if that's what you want, pursue it to a relationship. But if it's starting off with you sensing she might be to toss around, and right here you get that
That
let's
gut
start doing
feeling,
like
baby.
that. When let's start doing like that, your stomach sink when you're around other dudes.
But
That's
here
what you
go the
want.
thing, man. The male ego is a fragile thing, bro. The male ego is a motherfucker, man. Because like the dude say, his mind playing tricks on him. So I'm guessing that his woman hadn't, not even his woman. I'm guessing the woman hadn't gave him, because he said in the letter. Let me pull up. He said in the letter, he don't think that she's a hoe. So what I'm guessing is, what I'm saying, he don't think that she's out there. He don't think that she's out there throwing the pussy around. But I guess it's that biker life that's running him
It's the thought.
off.
It's the
It's
thought
the
of it,
thought.
Sly.
And,
The
and I
thought of it.
and if it was me, I think what he's worried about, if he goes out and he kicks it with her at a biker event, and then all the homies or all the biker club dudes be like, yeah, I ran through Ogre.
You
Everybody.
can't, like my man Patrice O'Neal used to say, God rest his soul. You don't control the coochie, man. Like, get over it. You don't control it. Like, it is if she what are you gonna do? You gonna fight? You gonna so at some point I give you some extra advice, my man. Let it go. If you like her, that's who you with, keep it going. But like my man Patrice would say, keep fish on you. You keep your girls around, because like you can't control. That's not yours. You just leasing with the option of call it yours. Like, keep it moving, man. Like, if that's what you want, I'll say again, go for it. But if you got a hesitant, it right now, early in this stage, what you think it's gonna be later on? When she not coming home, you done gave her stuff, you done invested time. What you think it's gonna? I gotta go for it. This shit ain't gonna be. You hesitant now. You don't think, but you should know if that's
Sounds,
who you want to invest your time with.
sounds like you've been in this situation.
You know what? Maybe check this out. Maybe maybe our brother Seven was right. You might just need to have a couple, man, so you don't have to worry about this.
Young
Have you
Seven,
a couple of wives, man? I guess from last week, man. That was a really popular episode, man. We up to a whole lot of listens on that episode 7, talking about polygamy last week. Opie, we had a brother on his 7. He was talking about living the poly lifestyle. And
That's becoming very, especially in us with our community, because people are with how rampant, the left side with the LGB bi, and that's becoming, more people say, hey, you know, let's, I can afford, a lot of people making money, I can afford an extra, what's up? So I just like when it's honesty. I'm at the age now. It's so much easier just to be honest. Hey, look, I can do this, that, and third. Can you do this? No. All right, cool. My emotions not invested. I can walk on about my day. So for him, I just, my advice is, you sound sketchy already, but it sounds like you want, as you writing, I can see the sweat pouring and the love and the dedication that you're trying to give to this woman. So by all means, shoot for the moon, my brother. But if it was me, I'll have someone on the side just in case, and I'll tell her that. Like I don't trust. Like what? I don't know, man. Just be honest. Talk to her. Shoot. I mean, shoot straight. You know, stop bullshit. You know, hey, I want to fuck with you, but you know, I feel like you. What's up? Give you the rundown. Maybe he'll feel better if he know. Yeah, you know, I slept with all of them. You know, what's up?
But that's a tough one to swallow right there.
You
But you
gotta
know what?
swallow.
But here go the thing though. At the age we are, man, we 40 years old, man,
Uh-huh.
and we ain't fucking no more virgins. You know that there ain't no more virgins out there for us. You know what I'm saying? They
They
all
out there,
go.
but I don't think
It
we feel
ain't
like training nobody at this age that's a
not at
virgin.
this. Ain't no 40-year-old virgins. That's just a movie. Oh,
Ain't no virgins
I'm
out
just going
there.
off.
you
Hey,
can't.
look, like
It's hard to
I'm only
find a
going off
woman.
what they tell me.
It's hard to find a woman without kids.
Hey, that's what they tell you. They tell me when I go to the shoe modeling establishments, they all still in college. That's what they tell me too. I believe that too. So shit, I believe it's a 40-year-old version. But here go the thing, man. Is you understand that everybody got a pass. You understand everybody got a pass. But I think in this dude's head, man, I'm just reading his letter. What he's worried about is probably her past being in front of his face.
Well, but you
Yeah.
know, no man or woman wants to be the butt of the joke, especially no man, the ego, and I'm pretty sure the woman either. So if at this age you just don't want to be, man, you don't want to go in there and you got Pinky. I'm just being at this, like if you gonna get someone that's a Pinky, you want to know it's Pinky and nobody else knows it's Pinky.
Yeah, yeah.
So his thing is, like you said, it's a male ego.
The man talking about Pinky.
Somebody, I don't know no other porn star. I couldn't think of no other porn star. That was the only one I could think of. Cytherea, but she white. I could think of no Jenna Jameson. Like you don't. It's like when women go outside, they circle. We all been to college, and you go back to college, you go back to high school, and you see that one that was promiscuous, and you go, "Oh, that's who she married." It was someone that nobody else knew. And they went in a circle, so it couldn't give you the look, and so he just thinking because he know, because maybe he done got around, so he know he just don't want to be the fool. And like you said, it's the ego. But at the end of the day, she got a pass, so you can swallow that, swallow the fact that she might have got on all fours and had to do all the guys and took it in the face. And
Oh man, oh, we make it. Oh damn, oh.
I mean, you got to take it. If you love her, love her for who she is.
Come on,
What's
man.
wrong?
Man.
No, everybody want a woman that's a woman in the streets and a freak in the sheets.
For you, but
You just want it for you, but
it
like
seems
you
like
say,
he got
everybody
some.
do have a pass. Everybody got a pass, man. And
I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Hey, Slot, you
Nope.
think he got some?
What you mean?
Do you think she gave him some?
It wasn't in the letter?
the letter, yeah.
Do you think she gave him some pussy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so what you really think now that you know that, what you think he's saying? He want that for himself, but now he afraid that somebody done tasted that.
Well, yeah, I think so. When you break it down like that, I think so, because if he hadn't got the pussy, I don't think the letter would be. I don't think he would write the letter. I think he done got the pussy and done developed some feelings off of it. That's what I think. When I read this, I think, man, okay, well, he done hit the pussy, because you can say in the beginning how she's all of these good things, and I'm pretty sure. I guess I don't want to speak for dude. I'm pretty sure she's all these good things, but she can be all these good things, and if she got if the sex game whack, it's easy to move on.
So she done double wrist him.
Yep.
She done messed him up in the car. He was dropped the best he's ever had. So
She done messed his head up.
Now he overthinking it, my
He
brother.
he overthinking it, man. He overthinking it.
You're like, to be or not to be? That is the question.
Hey man, go ahead and go ahead and either you gonna wife her or you gonna have to stand beside it, man, and let it go, man. Like it's good. I know it's good. All the good ones, all the ones that know how to fuck for a reason.
Exactly. She learned it from some way.
She
She
had to
learned
learn.
it from some way.
Somebody trained her, ain't it?
Ron had
Somebody
to.
trained her.
Ron slide had the trainer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a long, long, long,
Long, long,
long,
long, long, long, long, long, long time ago.
long time
Long,
ago.
long
Oh,
time ago. In my
Hey,
backsliding
long
days,
time
in my
ago.
backsliding days over
Yeah.
it.
to get it from my mama.
Well,
Yeah, you
check
know the apple don't fall far from the tree.
it though. It though. Well, check this, man. Check this. We running a little bit late, man. We running a little bit late. We need to get on up out of here, man. We got any parting shots, man? We start off with the president, man. You got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I'm good, man. Hey, everybody have a good week this week. You know, good episode. We had Big Dog Opie up in here, one of Columbia High's finest basketball players up in the building. You know, let's go, man. Hey, holla.
What about you, LBZ? You got anything to say before we get out of here?
Man, just be great. To be great. Just go out and be great. To get something you never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. So just go out and be great, man. And shout out to those Jack boys from BC on a big win Friday night to be number one in the region. Keep going, Kings.
What about you, Opie? You got anything to say before we get out of here? Any final thoughts?
Uh, take advice from people that've been through stuff from wisdom. Uh, keep grinding, keep shooting positive energy to everybody, man. We all going through a lot mentally. Send some people some love. Check on the people, man. We have some people I know close to me, you know, give up on life. So keep fighting, keep being funny, man. Show somebody some love, man. And I'm glad these are my guys. These guys I know, man. So it's an honor to be on here. And hey, man, it ain't yours to rent. It's just yours. Just yours just to have for right now, man. Just let it go, man. Let it go.
You know,
All right, man. Once again, this has been another great episode of the RIP 28 podcast. We're a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking about them on the RIP 28 podcast. And I want to leave everybody with an inspirational quote, something to get you through your week from our great poet laureate, Luther Campbell. Don't stop, get it, get it. Don't stop, get it, get it. Hey, man, we'll see you next week on the RIP 28 podcast.
play that funky music, black boy.